Hello students, in today's video, I'm going to teach a trick to find the cube root within 5 seconds. Welcome to our channel E-kalike. These days, you could have found the cube root by the repeated division. Here is a trick you can easily find the cube root within 5 seconds, that too without division. So let's start with that. To follow this trick, you need to follow two steps. In step number 1, you need to concentrate on the units place of your cube number. If your cube number contains 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9 in its units place, you need to mention the same number in the cube root's units place. If it is 2, you need to mention it as 8. And if I'll teach the step number 2 along with the problem. Let's find the cube root of 42,875. So before entering into the problem, you can see 3 columns in your right hand side. So what does this represent? Column number 1 represents the units place in the cube numbers. So column number 3 relates what should be written if you have these numbers in your units place. And so let's enter into the problem now. So the step number 1, we need to consider the units place digit. You can see 5 at its units place. If you have 5 in the units place, what should be written on the cube root's units place? You can see here column number 1 and column number 3. If you have 5, you need to mention it as 5. Step number 2. You need to discard the last 3 digits. You need to neglect those digits and take into consideration of the remaining digits. I have 42. See, where does this 42 lie in column number 2? See, this 42 lies between 27 and 64. I can't take 64 because it's pretty bigger than 42. So I consider 27. 27 is nothing but the cube of 3. Therefore, I'll write it as 3 here. Therefore, the cube root of given number is 35. Let's solve another problem. We need to find the cube root of 50,653. Step number 1, look at its unit digit. You have 3. So see column number 1 and column number 3. If you have 3, you need to mention it as 7. So I am going to write 7 at its units place. Step number 2, discard the last 3 digits. So I have 50. Now see, where does this 50 lie? In between. So you can see 50 lies between 27 and 64. I have told you 64 cannot be taken because it's greater than 50. So I go with 27. 27 is nothing but the cube of 3. Therefore, I write 3 here. So the given number is a cube root of 37. Let's go with the third problem. You can see 9 at its units place. So if you have 9, you need to mention 9 at its units place, same number. Next step, discard the last 3 digits. We have 205. See, where does this 205 lie between? It lies between 125 and 216. So 216 cannot be taken. I go with 125. 125 is nothing but the cube of 5. Therefore, the answer is 59. Let's solve a few more problems. Find the cube root of 3,73,000 248. So first step, concentrating on the units place. If you have 8, so what should be in its units place? It should be 2. Step number 2, leave the last 3 digits of the number. So I have 373. So in column number 2, check where this number lie between. So this number is lying between 343 and 512. So I go with 343 because it's lesser than that number. 343 is nothing but the cube of 7. So my answer is 72. Next, so we need to find for 85,184. So step number 1, what is the unit digit? You have 4. If it is 4, what will be in its units place? It will be 4. Then discard the last 3 digits. What you have? 85. See, where does this 85 lie between? It lies between 64 and 125. So 64 I am going to consider. 64 is nothing but the cube of 4. So I am going to write 4 here. The answer is 44. See how easy it is. Let's go for the last problem. So we need to find the cube root of 6,58,503. See what you have in its unit digit. You have 3. So if you have 3, what I should mention? Mention the units place as 7. Discard the last 3 digits. I have 658. See where does the 658 lie? So 658 is lying between 512 and 729. I go with 512. So 512 means it's 8 cube. So the answer is 87.